We are live. It is Thursday already. I don't know where the week has gone, but I'm glad we're here, right now. And I'm also glad it's almost the weekend. I'm sure you're the same. If you're just joining in, if you're new here, if you're returning, just a refresher, I'm Carl Peterson. I'm Credit Suite's content and social media lead in my virtual studio behind the scenes. I got Alfredo manning everything in chat and QR codes. So if I say anything that's relevant, that has a link or something that you should know about, keep an eye on chat because Alfredo's going to make sure that he drops it. And also QR code and all that jazz. So you keep up and you keep up with chat and we'll make sure to do the same on our end. So today's theme of the live stream is business credit based on personal credit. I'm going to be answering that, plus giving you a lot more insight that you just simply have to know about, especially on that topic, especially the world of personal credit and business credit, and the two worlds colliding as so many questions revolving personal credit and how it comes into play when running a business, especially when it comes to building business credit as well. But before we dive into all of that, here's your friendly reminder that this is live right here, right now. So if you're just joining in, I would love for you to drop in chat where you're at and what your business is. You can give me your business name, where it's located if you want, and also give me a line or two about what your business does. I love if you're coming back from a previous stream of ours or whatever the case may be. I say this every stream. I mean it from my heart. My favorite part about doing these is knowing who's on the other side of this thing. Internet's a big place, and it's cool to me to know where everybody is geographically. So let me know where you're at and your business name. And the best part of that is it's a free shout out. Some of these videos go on to get hundreds of thousands of views. So pretty big win-win. I get to leave happy knowing that somebody from wherever doing whatever as their business is watching, but also you get that free shout out. So make sure to drop that in chat and I will absolutely read that out loud. So if you click the stream, if you're watching, you may be wondering, is business credit based on personal credit? That short answer, there's obviously a lot of moving parts to this, but the short answer is no, it's not. So business credit refers to the credit profile and history that is established by your business, while personal credit refers to your consumer credit history. That's pretty self-explanatory in the name, right? Personal credit obviously is personal purchases, and business credit is obviously business related. But because business credit is separate from personal credit is not generally considered for approval. And this is where it becomes a little bit more relevant to you as the business owner. So instead, lenders take into account other factors here. So during the approval process, such as like time of business or revenue or business finances as a whole. And as you are building that business credits, your business will be evaluated as a standalone entity based primarily on your commercial lending relationships. Now, of course, you need to make sure first and foremost that your fundability foundation's in check before any and all of this, right? Don't want to get ahead of yourself. If your fundability foundation is not in check, then you've skipped about 35 steps you got to do because you just can't build standalone business credit if you aren't fully separated from your entity. At the start of this, I said make sure to keep an eye on screen and on chat because Alfredo in the virtual studio is going to be dropping relevant stuff. Here's your cue to watch for chat and look on screen. I want you to check out creditsuite.com/foundation. When I talk about fundability foundation, there's so many factors, an endless list, it seems like when you're scrolling, of factors that determine if you're even fundable to begin with, right? So I want to make sure that we're not skipping steps and in this process. You have to check out this Fundability Foundation mini course. It's completely free, 3-part series, and it is incredibly beneficial. I can promise you that. So you can scan that QR code and also keep an eye on chat for that link directly. So the more credit you apply, for and pay back responsibly. That's a big word here, responsibly. You got to be responsible with the payback. The more credit you're approved for. Pretty simple trade-off, right? And obviously, the more responsible you are with that payback, and the more responsible you are with applying and stuff like that, you get better terms, you get higher limits. It's a win across the board. Building business credit is how you get approved for vendor credit. It's how you get approved for retail credit and revolving business credit cards, even vehicle financing, without ever touching your personal credit and without providing any kind of personal guarantees that hold you personally liable to your debts that the business occurs. So, what do you do when you don't have any established business credit or you're just starting a business? Well, I'm glad you just asked that. If you stick with me till the end, I'm going to give you everything you need to do to get started with the initial business credit step by step. But before we move on, let me catch up in chat here. I'm seeing you guys. Hugh Green over on YouTube. Hey, Junior's towing with me by accident. Uh, Junior's towing me by accident. Washington, D.C. Nice to see you. Shandi over on YouTube. Shandi with Dream 12 Properties in Columbia, South Carolina. Nice to have you here. Carl over on YouTube. I like that name, Carl. It's a good name. King Dusty Sweeping from Central Texas. That's very interesting. King Dusty Sweeping. What do you specialize in? Nice to have you here. And then Hugh Green says, need someone to call me. Well, if you go to creditsuite.com/consult, you can fill out a very quick form. Literally takes 10 seconds. We can have somebody reach out to you as soon as possible, Hugh. That's creditsuite.com/consult. And that'll get you on the path. So nice to have everybody here. And if you're just joining in, make sure to drop in chat with who you are, where you are, and what you do. I love to know it. So quick question for you. Are you using personal finances to fund your business? Pretty simple question, but unfortunately, depending on your answer, there's a lot of things that come with it, right? So oftentimes business owners rely on personal guarantees to get financing for their business, especially in the starting days, right? Sometimes that personal guarantee is the deciding factor of you getting that funding. But many believe that they will simply use personal credit or other sources of personal finances until the business brings in enough revenue and profit to actually sustain itself. But unfortunately, businesses be businessing, right? And things happen. And this is where many business owners fall short. Obviously, the unexpected happens all the time. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, nearly half of businesses fail in the first 5 years, and 65% close their doors within the first 10 years. If you're a business owner or an entrepreneur, you've probably heard this statistic before, right? It's pretty common in business that this statistic, first 5 years, and then 65% of that first 10 years. Does anyone know the number one reason why businesses fail? The number one driving reason? If so, take a second. I'll wait for just a second. I want you to type in chat what you think, or if you know, the number one reason that businesses fail. Carl says asphalt construction sweeping. Nice. That's a business that will always be in need, Carl. Type in chat though. The number one reason why businesses fail. Just you don't have to be right. You don't have to be right. You could be totally, absolutely wrong. But I'd love to know what you think it is, or what you know it is. So while you're thinking, I'm going to go ahead and just give you the answer. The number one reason why businesses fail is simply just lack of cash flow or access to fundings, right? Candace Jackson on YouTube says money. Yep. Money. That's a good way of putting it. Money, or lack of money. It's cash flow. And not only do businesses run out of cash, they also struggle to access the money that they need when they need it the most. But look, There's really that's really the 30,000 foot overview, right? Let's take a closer look to actually understand what's really going on under the hood. Okay. What causes businesses to slowly run out of cash or gain access to funding? Here's 10 top reasons why businesses run out of cash. Number one, high interest rates. Plain and simple, high interest rates. High interest rates on personal credit cards and loans make financing cost quite expensive over that long period of time. And this cuts into your profit, this cuts into your cash flow, this cuts into your dreams and your goals and your aspirations and everything else that your business might have. Number two is credit limits. So personal credit lines have limits. This is common facts, right? But it's just simply, just generally speaking, not enough to actually cover those reoccurring business expenses, and much less fund actual growth. Right? That's way more expensive. So running up against your personal limits not only interrupts operations, but it damages your personal credit along the way, due to that high utilization. So unlike personal credit, utilization is not a factor. It does not affect your personal credit score. Third reason is personal assets. So unlike personal assets like a home, as collateral, on a business loan is incredibly risky. If a business fails, defaulting could literally mean you lose your home or whatever personal asset you put towards. Number four is maxing out credit. So maxing out personal credit lowers your personal credit score, making it way harder to access personal loans and credit, while also increasing those rates and fees that you'll be paying. And there's no way around that. Number five is personal credit utilization. We've touched on this just a little bit, but tapping all personal credit leaves no emergency backup funds if the business hits a rough patch. And the business will hit a rough patch. It's never a matter of if, but a matter of when, and further increasing your risk of failing. So likewise, if you need to take out a loan or a credit card for personal emergencies, your ability to do so is just wiped significantly. Significantly. So number six is no tax credits. No tax credits. So debt repayments on personal credit doesn't affect taxes at all. It's not tax deductible even in the slightest bit. But business loan interest costs are effectively costing you more money to run and grow your business. Just another fee out of pocket. Number seven is denials and bad terms. If a creditor feels that personal funds are being used to fund a business unsustainably, this can absolutely cause you to get denied. And it will also determine the rates and the terms and all the fees that you end up paying if you do get approved. Number eight is the inability to reinvest in growth. So high interest rate payments reduce that capital that you have available, that you can reinvest in growth and resources for your business. So long term, hitting you hard. Number eight is that higher risk of default. We've already touched on that, obviously. So over resilience of personal finances puts you in this hole where you are got to climb out of sometimes. But unfortunately, if you fall, that can wipe out quite a lot. Your home, your car, everything. So, and then number 10 is lack of cash flow reserves, right? Number one reason why businesses fail, we've already talked about it, is cash flow, money, right? So successful businesses are not built on unsustainable debt. It's that simple. So comparing personal credit to business credit is like comparing apples to oranges, right? That's a great phrase to put there. It's completely different. So unlike personal credit, business credit can be leveraged to provide a huge return on investments and protects your cash flow, your access to capital, and also builds the value of your business in real time, short term, long term, all the in betweens, right? And all, of course, while increasing sales and profit to turn around and reinvest and grow. In most cases, using personal finances to survive and get by will soon run its course. It's just that simple, and making it nearly impossible to recover while running and growing your business. And this is because as the business grows, the business is going to require more funding at each stage of growth. And personal credit is just it has a limit. It has a line. It has a ceiling, and it's a lot shorter than you may think. Now, I don't want this message to be fear based, but it's simply just a matter of what we've been seeing over the course of Credit Suite. We've helped over 50,000 business owners build business credit, and not to be fear based, but based off what we see, this is reoccurring. So without business credit, many business owners find that they dig themselves in a hole. It's that simple. And they get stuck working in their business compared to working on their business. That might be a reoccurring feeling as a business owner you might have, but living paycheck to paycheck and working in your business is significantly different than working on your business. And we all know that this is likely not the vision that you had in mind when you were starting your business. So some of you started your business because you wanted that dream home, or because you wanted that dream car, or to pay off your kids' college tuition, or to be able to retire comfortably, or just live okay financially, right? There's 1,000 reasons why people start businesses every day. That may not even be a financial thing. It may just be a self goal, right? And leveraging business credit to grow helps you get out of that dream and into that dream car, or having that comfort in life. Now, there's something else that you may be wondering about, which is, do you need to use personal credit to help build business credit? This is a extremely common question we get across our social media. And when people call in, they're always wondering, do I need to use personal credit? The short answer here is no. Any business can get approved vendor credit in the business's name only, without any established business credit whatsoever. These vendor accounts or starter accounts report your payment history to the business credit bureaus to actually help you to establish a business credit score and a business credit profile. That's why it's called starter accounts. That it's designed for the start. And also, you can easily build business credit by just simply putting products and services you already use on that business credit account, and then make your payments on time, obviously. All you need to do is a set of things. So the first one is, EIN number from the IRS to establish the business credit independently from your social security number. That's that creditsuite.com/foundation that I mentioned earlier. Your fundability foundation is what we call it here within Credit Suite. Vendor credit, retail credit, and business credit cards can all be obtained by just your EIN number, without a personal credit check or personal guarantee or anything like that. Phone services, utility services, insurance policies, even leases obtained in your business's name can all be used to build your business credit as you make payments each month. And then, business revenue lending and equipment financing and vehicle financing and merchant cash advances that can all leverage your business data rather than your consumer credit score. And once credit is established, strong business credit makes securing more approvals and high limits and lower rates and better terms easy. All the good stuff we all hope and want, without relying on that personal credit every time you need capital for your business. Now, as we wrap up, if there's one thing I would like for you to take away today, let it be this. Okay. The one truth, there's lots of truth, but the one truth about business credit that you probably didn't know about is, we often encounter businesses with revenues of 3 million, 5 million, even $10 million in a state of panic. This is not an over exaggeration. This is factual. And they've been denied a loan or a credit line, or worse, their existing credit line has just been abruptly revoked due to perceived damage on their business credit quality. However, upon further investigation into all of this, The issue isn't necessarily bad business credit, but it's rather the absence of business credit history to begin with. In the realm of business credit scoring, the three big bureaus, they assign failing scores simply because a business exists without any credit history. And in essence, having no credit is a massive deal. It penalizes you. And the reality is that building business credit isn't merely an option, it is an absolute necessity. And without establishing that business credit as your business grows, obtaining term loans or an SBA loan or whatever it may be becomes increasingly difficult due to that poor or no business credit score. And compounding this issue is the fact that over 90% of credit issuers fail to report credit transactions to the relevant agencies. And this means that for every 10, 90%, so for every 10 credit issuers, only one is reporting your payments, significantly impacting your credit profile. So prior to applying for credit, it is imperative to inquire whether the lender actually is reporting those transactions to the business credit agencies and which agencies they report to. And this information is vital before proceeding with any kind of application. We talked about this a little bit last stream on Tuesday as well. You gotta ask. You gotta make sure, because then it's just time wasted on your end. Business credit isn't some novel concept. It has existed long before consumer credit became what it is today. Giants like Apple and Google and Meta and Walmart and everything in between have leveraged business credit lines to achieve their colossal success. And by mastering the art, that's a good way of putting that, right? Mastering the art of building business credit, you're able to very strategically grow your business and also following the footsteps of some of the world's largest corporations ever known to the history of modern day. And this isn't some pipe dream. This isn't. This is obtainable. This is realistic. It happens every single day, and something you simply have to be doing to reach the kind of success that you want and frankly you deserve. You have to go to creditsuite.com/consult. About to be a QR code on the screen. If you're on a computer, just take your smartphone out, point the camera to it, and a link will show up. And then in a second, link will be dropped in chat as well. That's creditsuite.com/consult. Fill out a super quick form. It literally takes a minute, and we will reach back out to you as soon as possible to help you get on the way of where you need to be going. And as always, this entire live stream can be very easily replayed in a minute after it ends. So whatever platform you're watching it on right now, please make sure to follow. Please make sure to subscribe to very easily find it again. We post content daily, Monday through Friday, and do these streams twice a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays. So with that, I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your week, and we'll be seeing you live, same place, same time on Tuesday. Thank you, everybody, for joining.